All right, my number 5 is Ryan Whitney. This is a big surprise, I think. Um, I think Pittsburgh. Yeah, I think Pittsburgh has the most dynamic offense in the league by far.
I agree with that.
They've got the top power play unit in the league. I think Gonchar and Whitney are definitely the top two guys on there. On the back line, Sidney Crosby, obviously he can set up anybody. You know that whole play where Whitney screens down the left side of the wing and Crosby feeds it from the right. I think it's all gonna work this year, and I think Whitney's due for a huge season.
Yeah, the only reason why I didn't put him in the top 10 is because I found that play with Crosby's a little gimmicky, and that teams can easily shut that down, although it's Crosby, so you never quite know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but
true.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I think Pittsburgh is going to be in for a tough first 20 games of the year, because I think it's going to be one of those things where they're going to realize that it's not as easy as it looks type thing. They're going to get a little arrogant and cocky, and then you're going to have teams with like veteran talent like the Senators or the Rangers who've been there before, and they'll just shut them down. So I think they're definitely going to have a great year. I just think it might take a while for them to get going. So that's why I don't have Gonchar and Whitney rated as high as maybe you do.
Mm-hmm.
Number 5 for me is Dan Boyle, and Paul already talked about him. I don't think there's much else to say. I mean, the guy made Team Canada, and if you make Team Canada, you're a pretty good defenseman, because Canada definitely has the best defenseman of any nation by a long shot. So.
Oh yeah, for sure.
He's the 4th guy behind St. Louis, Richards, and LeCavalier in terms of like press, but publicity. But he's definitely a very good player, and he's getting a lot better defensively every year too, which is what I noticed as well.
Mm-hmm.
John Tortorella really rides him, so
definitely. All right, my number 4 pick is Nicholas Lidstrom. Might be a little lower than some might expect. No real reason for it. Just he's obviously the best defenseman in the league. He's won the Norris Trophy, I don't know, 5 times now, something like that.
A lot.
Yeah, a lot. That's all you really need to know. You know, he's just like, he's one of those guys, he can pass it to anybody. He can get out of his own zone a little better than most people. I just think, you know, he's going to be really worked in his defensive zone. I don't know. I just have a lot of guys here that I think can do a lot better. That's all the only reason I have him lower. I think he's going to do exactly what he did last year. Just pump it up from the chunk.
Fair enough. Did you say pump it up? I got Tomas Kaberle, my own Leaf, at number 4. I think this is only just the beginning of his ascent. I think eventually he's going to be a top-scoring defenseman in the league. I think it's only a matter of time. He's not even 30 yet, and that's the age when they say defensemen become at their top.
Mm-hmm.
He's got to work a little bit on his defense, but again, it's not like he's a bad defensive defenseman. He's probably average, but this is not. We're just talking about points here, and every time he's on the ice, the Leafs create a chance.
Yeah.
And I mean, if he starts to shoot a bit more, I think he can even get up into the 70-point range. But right now I have him at 4. I expect him to get anywhere between 60 to 65 points this year.
Yeah, for sure. My number 3 is Lubomir Visnovsky. I have him a lot higher than he finished last year. Last year he missed a good chunk of the season. I think he missed like 15 games. If you can put together a full season, he's got a great deal of new forwards to sort of work with. You've got like Ladislav Nagy, Michael Handzus, just a whole bunch of guys that can help him out. As compared to last year, he only sort of had one line of offense to work with. So that's my pick for Lubomir Visnovsky, number 3.
Oh, I got him at number 6. Yeah, our lists are quite different actually, which is good.
Yeah, adds a little spunk to it.
Sure. I got Sergei Gonchar at number 3. This is definitely, he wouldn't even be in my top 50 if we went over like defensive.
It was overall defensive.
He's a horrible defenseman in terms. He should just be a forward. I don't quite understand why they still put him out, trot him out there as a defenseman. I mean, he's got to play 30 minutes a game. So you're like, oh, he's playing 30 minutes a game, he's scoring 70 points a year, that must be good. No, because you have to have him on the ice for 30 minutes a game because he's a defensive liability as well.
Yeah.
And he's definitely gifted offensively. I mean, he sees the ice as good as anyone. He's you can't see it when he doesn't have the puck.
That's true.
Yeah, I got him at number 3. There's not much else to say about him. I mean, everyone's already harped on his game enough, so I'll just leave it as is.
Yeah, okay. Number 2, I got Chris Pronger. Obviously, exceptional talent. He's the number 1 man on the...
jerk.
Yeah, he's a huge jerk.
I think...
Number 1 talent. He's like the number 1 guy on the defense line for sure for Anaheim now without Niedermeyer there.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to be him and Getzlaf, the one-timer show, all year.
Yeah, I hate Pronger now. I just don't really... I think he's kind of a dirty player. Kind of a jerk. You mean he's got like size 9 feet and he's 6'5"? How does that make any sense? It's like 2 pegs skating around on a sheet of ice.
Yeah.
And he's one ugly guy too.
Yeah.
He's got like these weird buck teeth and like hair from the 1980s. Yeah, he's good. I have him number 2 as well. So I mean, he's definitely good, but I don't like him
for sure. All right, number 1 for me is Sergei Gonchar. Like I was mentioning with Ryan Whitney at number 5, Pittsburgh definitely has the top offense in the league, and he is the focal point on the power play.
It's also the focal point for their forwards to go at when they're taking the puck into its own end.
What do you mean? Oh yeah, he's a terrible defensive player. He's just like, he's gonna score a great number of points and then he's gonna be minus 40.
Yeah. I got big Nick Lidstrom at number 1, so Pierre Maguire is going apeshit somewhere around here somewhere just because he loves Nick Lidstrom so much.
Not as much as FNUF.
Yeah.
And Crosby.
The list goes on.
Yeah.
But no, I think Nick Lidstrom, he didn't have he had a good year last year. He didn't have his best year, which means he won the Norris Trophy, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. He did win the Norris.
Or was it Niedermeyer?
I think it was Lidstrom.
Well, whoever won the Norris, Lidstrom was definitely nominated, and he didn't have his greatest year last year, so like, what does that say about him? So, I just think he'll just have a better year than last year. I mean, it's not like he's gonna light the roof on fire or anything, but I think he's definitely capable of getting like 70 to 80 points this year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Detroit's power play wasn't even that great last year, so I think they can only get better.
Very true.
So I have Nick Lidstrom number 1, and I think our lists are actually quite different. Mm-hmm. And next time we'll talk about our top 10 goalies, not necessarily because you can't rate goalies on stats so much, so it's more of a combination of GAA, save percentage, and wins. So really our next segment will be top 10 goalies, and it's going to be in no statistical order of what we think. But yeah, these are our top 10 scoring defensemen, and we'll make up a little graphic, and we could fade to it right now.
Right about now.
Sometimes I wake up wishing I could sleep forever. I spend my whole life trying to pull myself together, trying to reassure myself that